back to my channel. So today I have for you drugstore products that are either worth the hype, worth the money, what have you. Basically things that like a lot of other YouTubers or makeup artists use and recommend to you guys, and letting you know whether they're worth the hype or not. Pretty much all the stuff that I have in here, I decided to just basically do the things that are worth it. This way you don't have to waste your time going through a video to which sections are worth it, not worth it. So all the items that I'm going to be recommending to you guys here are things that I feel are worth the hype and all worth the money that you're going to be spending at the drugstore, as some of them are a little bit higher in price range than you would for like a drugstore product, but I do feel like they're worth the money. So the first thing I'm going to dive into is foundation. Now I feel like it is so hard to find good drugstore foundations just because the price point is really good, so you're kind of skeptical of whether it works really well for you or if it's going to provide the same coverage and whatnot as a high-end would. The one that I feel like that I've been using that has been worth it for me has been the Bellami Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. Now this one definitely, I wouldn't say can be used under the eyes if you have really bad dark circles like me, but it definitely is something for a more high coverage type of foundation. It is very buildable, and they don't have, I want to say, the widest range of colors, but if you want to buy, let's say, 2 of them and mix them together because they are affordable, they're about $10.99 at the drugstore. I got mine at my local CVS. So if you buy 2 of them, that's basically like $21, $22 versus spending like $40, $45 that you would on a high end. So you're still saving pretty much half the price and you're getting your ideal shade. So I don't feel like that's such a big deal as far as the color range that they have. This one I use when I am on the tanner side. Like I said, usually I'll use this when I'm tanner because the shade that I have it in is 05 Warm Beige. During the winter months, it is a little bit darker for me. If I do want to wear it basically on an everyday basis, then I might just go ahead and pick up the 04, mix them together like I mentioned to you guys, and I think it would work out great. So that was for foundation. Next for concealer. Now concealers to me are extremely important because like I said, the whole dark circle thing. So I find different type of drugstore products that I want to try out and let you guys know if they're good or not. The one that I feel has been working pretty well, as long as I do apply a little bit of corrector underneath. I can't wear it on its own, but applying a little bit of that NYX corrector, then it definitely works great. And it is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I am in the shade Natural, basically because I like the type of highlighted effect. I have 2 shades. This one is actually the one that I have in Fair, so sometimes if I want to mix them together for that really highlighted look, I'll mix Fair and Natural together and it creates the perfect look for me. It does have this nice soft like sponge type applicator. I'll kind of swatch it on my hand so you guys can see. Excuse that I have another swatch from my previous video, but that's what it looks like there. As you can see, this one's very light for my skin, but like I said, this is the one in the shade Fair. So if I mix it with the Natural for an extremely highlighted look, this works out great for me. I feel like it blends nice and easily. It does cover the dark circles once I apply a little bit of corrector underneath, and it's extremely affordable because, once again, a drugstore product. So this is definitely worth the hype. I've seen lots of YouTubers use this, and that's what made me go out and purchase it for myself. And I feel like some of them have had similar dark circles to mine. Maybe not as severe, but they did have dark circles and it concealed it very nicely. So I went out and tried it, and for me, I would say it is worth the hype. Now for lipstick. My favorite drugstore lipstick is a lip cream. I call it like a liquid lipstick just because anything that kind of dries matte on my lips, I call it a liquid lipstick. But this is actually called the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. And they have such a wide range of colors. They're absolutely beautiful on the lips. They're not over drying because it is a cream. So versus liquid lipstick sometimes can be drying depending, I feel like, on the brand that you go for. A cream is just like it says, cream. So it's going to be creamier on your lips. It does have a little bit of transfer. Like let's say if I kiss my hand when I'm wearing the product, slight transfer on to, you know, different things, but it's not as severe as you would if you're wearing a regular lipstick or of course a gloss. So I'll just swatch this color because this is pretty much the color that I use for like an everyday go-to look if I'm not wearing tons of makeup and I just want to apply something. The camera for some reason is picking it up to be extremely, this lighting, extremely pink and like almost like a hot pink, but I promise you when I put it on my lips, it's more like the color of the tube here. So if you guys can see that, It's a little bit deeper shade type of pink, but it's not going to look like over dramatic as for some reason it is looking swatch on my hand. But this is, I believe, the price point is, I want to say $4.99. Anytime I buy any type of NYX products, I do buy them when the Ulta has the buy one get one 50% off sale, because then they're even cheaper and it's like a super great deal. So that would be definitely a great item that's worth the hype for the money that you get, the money that you pay. It is totally, totally worth it for the NYX lip cream. And like I said, tons and tons of colors to choose from. Now onto eyelashes. I threw out the actual pack that the lashes came in, but I love Ardell lashes. I've tried quite a few of them, but my go-to ones that I feel are totally worth the hype are the Ardell Demi Wispies. They look so pretty on the lashes. It's more of a natural type of lash. It's a little bit shorter, and then of course it fans out towards the end of the eyelash. They're very easy to apply. I struggle tremendously with getting my lashes to stay on. I don't know if it's the type of glue that I'm using. I'm using the Duo, which, you know, is super popular and I've heard great things about it. I use the one with like the little wand applicator, but sometimes in the inner corner it just doesn't want to stay in, and I've noticed that in a few of my videos, and it annoys me, and sometimes I don't even want to upload the video because it's so embarrassing that the eyelash is not staying in. But nevertheless, when they do stay on, it's definitely not the fault of the lash, because like I said, tons of people use our gel lashes and they stay on, they last all day. And the great thing about it is you can wear these more than once. I know some people think lashes like these, it's like, oh, it's like $5, $6, it's probably just a lash that you can wear and you have to throw out right away. I'm not gonna lie, I've probably wore like a new pack of Ardell Demi Wispies. If I don't lose them, because I tend to lose them most of the time, I use them about 5 or 6 times and they stay on and they last and they look new. As long as you take care of them, and after you take them off, you remove the glue from the lash and everything, and you're gentle with them. I definitely think they're not just a one and throw out type of lash. So that is why I definitely put them on the most hyped and most worth it products, because you can use it multiple times, so your money gets stretched out even more than you would think for just a drugstore lash. Now for primers. Now primers, I feel, are kind of a big deal because it goes on under your skin, and it kind of is gonna make, like, a primer is what makes basically your foundation go on smoother. I don't necessarily know about the longevity that it produces, because I just feel that once I set it with my Urban Decay setting spray, that's really what locks it in and keeps it on all day for me. But I do notice when I don't apply any type of like the step of the moisturizer and the primer, my foundation doesn't go on as smooth and it doesn't look as natural and soft on the skin versus when I apply a primer. And my go-to primer is the NYX Angel Veil Primer. This one just blends really nicely into the skin. It gives you a nice, like, almost like soft focused look, I feel, on your face. It's nice and hydrating, so that's always great. I'll just show you guys what the tube looks like. Now this is one of those products that you guys probably are gonna go into the drugstore and you're gonna go down the aisle and you're gonna say, I believe it's about a price point of like $15, $16. You're gonna say, wow, that's really expensive for a drugstore item. And I do agree with you. When I saw the price tag at first, I'm like, this is pretty pricey for it being a drugstore product. But I just saw so many makeup artists using it and they swore by it and said how great it was that I felt like I did have to give it a try. And since I did, I've been absolutely loving it. And like I told you guys, go when they have the buy one get one 50% off sale. You can get it for half price. If you love this, I tend to love this as well as the pore filler by NYX. So I pick up 2 of those. Basically, I get one half off, one full price, and it kind of doesn't seem so bad for the price point, but it's definitely worth it. It's cheaper than those super expensive, hyped up, which I do feel a lot of the high-end ones are, when you could get something like this. This is, I believe a lot of the NYX products, especially the primers, are dupes for like high-end Smashbox and other type of those expensive brands. You can definitely get something like this. So if you're looking for a good primer, I highly suggest this one, and you definitely won't be disappointed. For our, let's see what we have, how many products we have left. Okay, we have 2 more things left to go. Next is going to be eyeliner. If you guys watched my Best of Beauty 2016, I mentioned this eyeliner. It is totally worn off, so you can't see what it says anymore because I use it every single day. But it is the NYC. Is it NYC? Yes, sorry, I get confused with NYX, NYC. This is the NYC liquid eyeliner. I'll just show you guys kind of what the tip looks like. It's a very fine point tip, which makes it nice and simple to apply eyeliner, which is a struggle for many of us. But this one definitely does the trick. I'll just kind of apply it on my hand so you guys can see. As you can see, it applies like wet looking, but after a little bit, it does dry matte. So if you guys are looking for a good matte liquid eyeliner, this is definitely going to be the one for you. And it is so cheap. Only $2.99 at Walgreens, and like I said, it works amazingly. I've tried so many expensive ones, and I just keep going back to this because it's frickin' bomb.com. Yeah. And lastly is going to be a blush. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of this blush. It is the Milani Luminoso. Now it took me a while to get it because it's always sold out. When I recommend it to like friends and family, they're always calling me like, Krista, where can I get this blush? It's not anywhere. I keep going to CVS, Walgreens, and I go and they have every other blush color in the Milani line, but the Luminoso is sold out. And I tell them yes, because it is a widely popular color. Like I said, I mentioned it to friends and family. I tell them to go out and get it. So you guys know that it's definitely something that I love and I think it's totally worth it. I'm going to do a swatch over here so you guys can see. It has a gorgeous sheen to it that gives like a shimmer. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera there. It's like this soft, peachy, glowy type of blush. It has a sheen to it. I never have to apply a highlight when I wear this because I just feel like it gives a nice glow to the skin, so it avoids that step. I use it all the time. I still have not hit pan. I'm not sure if I either don't apply too much blush or what it is, but I feel like I never ever hit pan on my blushes. Maybe I use too little bit, I don't know. But anyway, this one is, like I said, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I recommend it to everyone I know because it's really affordable. And I have tried other colors for those of you that are wondering. Because sometimes you go in there and if it's sold out, you're kind of disappointed, but you see all these other shades and you're not sure if they're also worth the hype. I will say that I've tried 2 other colors, and my second favorite to this one, for those of you that are medium to dark skins, is the Rose d'Oro. Oh my gosh, that color is beautiful. It has reflex of gold in it. You'll see it's like a rosy shade and then tons of specks of gold. So same thing, it gives that shimmer to the skin and the face. I love using that in the fall time with like some cranberry eye looks. It just looks so gorgeous. So if, like I said, if this is sold out, go for that. You may love it and you definitely can use it. Same thing on a daily basis. Just use a little bit of a lighter hand when using that because it is a more, it is a deeper shade, so it's gonna come out a lot more vibrant on the actual skin. So those were all of the products that I felt were worth the hype, things that I've seen talked about on social media, here on YouTube, and basically tons of makeup artists using them. And I wanted to let you guys know what's worth the money, what's worth buying. So yeah, that was everything. I hope that helped you guys because I know the drugstore is sometimes going to be a little bit overwhelming if you're on a budget and you're not sure what to get because it's kind of a pain and you're not sure if you could return the item if you don't love it and whatnot. Just so you guys know, I get this question a lot is, when you buy something from the drugstore, can you return it? And the answer is yes, you definitely can. Sometimes I bought foundations and I've come and I've swatched like 3 different kinds, and the ones that just don't work for me, I go right back to CVS, I make sure I bring my receipt, and as long as it's within 30 days, they definitely take it back and you get to basically just keep, you know, the stuff that actually worked for you. So don't feel like when you're in the drugstore getting so overwhelmed at things that you may have to be stuck keeping. I was like that for years. I didn't even know you could return their items, and I just bought things and they didn't work for me, and then they just sat in my drawer or I had to throw them out. But like I said, you can return them, so don't be worried about that. And all of these items that I mentioned to you guys, I've been using a lot of them for at least a year's time, so it is a good review to tell you guys they are great, they do work, and you don't have to worry about feeling, like I said, overwhelmed through the aisles. You could pick up these things, just make sure you get your right shade, and you definitely can add it to your everyday routines. Don't forget to like this video if you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below any requests, and as always, subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!